Hey now. Good morning. How are you guys all doing? Um, if you're on Twitch, you're about to see a lot of stuff. And if you're on YouTube, this is the start of a new little line of episodes. For this episode of my EDH decks, I thought I'd show off some of my precons. I started when I got back into Magic. Okay, so the first run of me being super into Magic was around like 2010 through like 2013, and we played. Brian and I tried EDH when it first came out. I made a Niv Mizzet deck, um, and it was pretty cool. I don't really like playing with just red and blue though, but we tried it out, and then I think I must have done a Zadru deck, or I don't remember what the deck was, but we played against Jesse, and Jesse had made a Sin Triplets deck, and that shit was rough, man. He fucked us up with that. And I think that was the last time. It had to have been Zadru because Niv Mizzet wouldn't have worked for what I did. But I had my Sarah Avatar and Wall of Reverence out, and I think I was like 83,000 life. And we had just learned about Commander, and we might have not been playing it exactly correct, but the game went on forever, and I think there was 4 of us playing, and it just dragged on, and so we were like, well, we're gonna stick with Legacy, that was our big Commander game, and then we kind of stuck with Legacy for until 2018. No, it must have been like 2020. Because even like 2017, I bought some Commander decks. I got like the Dovine Commander, and I got some other ones, and I would take them apart and take the cards out, or I didn't care about playing Commander. And then I ended up making I bought a zombie deck, the Wilhelt, what is it, Rock Cleave zombie deck. And I have a ton of zombie cards, so I ended up going in and reconstructing Wilhelt. I believe I'm saying that right. It's now a Grimgrin deck, because Grimgrin's one of my favorite zombies. So I was like, well, I could buy it, and because we wanted to start playing Commander. When I actually left it as a Commander deck, right, when I reconstructed it. And then I was playing with Ryan, my son-in-law, and I was like, oh shit, this is fun, man. This is a lot of fun. So I made an Atraxa deck, and I started working on decks. Throughout all this, though, right around when I got Wilhel, I started buying Precons and just leaving them alone. And I know I was just at the card shop yesterday, and I just bought a new Commander deck, and I'm pretty friendly with the guy who works there. He's such a nice guy, and he has all these cards. He's like, let's fix this up. And I was like, no, I want to just play it. Like, I want to check it out before I start tinkering with things. He's like, dude, you have to change a Commander deck. And I was like, I don't know if that's true anymore, man. Like, I don't know if that's true, because like Brian and I, we had a game night last week, and the dude who showed up, the new guy, shout out, man. He's probably not watching this. The dude who showed up, he's just now getting into Magic, like, and he just came with Commander, or he just came with Precons, and we were sleeving him up and then playing our games. He was holding his own against our shit, and that might mean we suck at making decks, or it just might mean Precons are pretty dope sometimes. Like, I think people are really quick to change and alter things, and I think the way to successfully alter a Precon is to probably do some research, in which case you're not really doing anything, like I always have people like, you should swap that out and swap this out, and it's like, well, that's your idea. Like, it's almost just better just to leave it alone. Like, it's Commander, right? The difference between Legacy and Commander is Legacy, you can have multiple of the same cards. Your combos are a little more like, I'm probably going to get into this combo. Whereas in Commander, you can play a couple games and you could have the best deck in the world and you're not drawing the right stuff, right? In the right order. So it's a lot more random. So you don't have to change Precons. Like, you can leave them alone. So I thought it'd be fun to show off some of my precons. These are all, I haven't added anything. I haven't messed with them. There's one that's a little off because I couldn't find the cards that came in it, but, and I might have just slammed 2 of the same cards into the same sleeve. I've done that before too. So let's see here. I think I might have even gotten these before Will Help. If I'm not remembering exactly what order I got these in, but I went on Amazon and this was my first precon. I think I might have had this before Will Help. I could be wrong on that though. But I was watching the Command Zone, and I was like, you know what? Commander's pretty popular right now. So this was around 2020. I got Will Hell after this. This was probably my first precon that I left alone, and it's a pretty great deck, man. I like it. So there's your Commander, if you guys can read that. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, up to 1 target land you control becomes an XX elemental creature with trample and haste until end of turn, where X is, I don't know how to say this shit, Obun's power. It's still a land. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So I'm not going to go through every single deck here, but we'll take a little glimpse here. It's just a land drop deck. It works. I mean I know I could improve it and I could add stuff to alter it. I have won a ton of games against other precons, as well as, oh, keep in mind, if you're watching this on Twitch, these are going to be backwards. Sorry. If you wait for the YouTube editions, they'll be a lot shorter, and they won't be backwards. You'll be able to see them a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, I'm able to hold my own with this deck. I don't have to change too much. And with more time, you see less of these decks, right? So when you have a brand new precon, everybody is like thinking about it and messing with it. I'm happy I still have this deck, because when I pull this out, people are like, oh, I remember this shit, or I don't even know what this is, it's kind of cool. So I was actually thinking the next time I go and play cards at Brian's, it'd be fun to bring some precons and just throw some precon madness at them, some older precons, right? So this deck's 5 years old now. Soul Ring. Gotta have the Soul Ring, baby. This is so funny on, I like this Trove Warden, excuse me. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, exile target permanent card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard. When it dies, put each permanent card exile with it on the battlefield under the control of that card's owner. So, I'm basically, every time I play a land, and I can play multiple lands a turn with this deck, it's pretty mean. Got Sun Titan there. There was one really cool card in here that, well, Mutani is great. Reach, trample, his avatar gets +1/+1 for each land you control and each land card in your graveyard. Return 2 lands you control to the owner's hand. Return Multani from your graveyard to your hand. Not a high cost, right? 2 plus take 2 lands off the battlefield and put them in your hand, and you get this bad boy back. Keeper of the Fables. Whenever one or more non-human creatures you control deal combat damage to player, draw a card. So, you could go on Command Zone when this deck came out, and they'll tell you how to, upgrade it and stuff, but that's not really, I'm still playing with something pre-constructed. I can sit here and go, oh, look how smart I am, guys. Yeah, Omnath. This was, the original Omnath, right? This is the first time Omnath came out. Or it's just a type of Omnath. I could be wrong on that. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 5/5 red and green elemental creature token. Whenever Omnath, Locus of Rage, or another elemental you control dies, Omnath deals 3 damage to any target. It's a pretty sick card. This would have been the alternative to Obun, but there you go. So I wreaked some havoc with this deck. I love it. And I think, I don't remember the sets, dudes. There's your symbol. You guys tell me what that is. Actually, that's a commander symbol, isn't it? Look it up. Look it up. You can actually look up all these decks, because I'm not going to show all of them. I'm going to show you the commanders and then move on. The next one I got, I'm going to show this one last. The next one I got was this awesome Lathril deck, which I have not needed to bother as well. These two decks are probably two of my best precons. I love them. They're fun to play with. I made a legacy deck going off Lathril, and then I added some of my favorite elves. But and so even I think the legacy deck might actually be a little bit better than Lathril. But I mean, dude, let's see. I don't think Wolverine Riders might be my favorite, but let's see. Hold on. Like, this deck is dope. Yep, that's where I found out about Wolverine Riders. So I have like 4 Wolverine Riders in my legacy deck. Maybe I'll show that off sometime. I might show off some of my legacy decks. I don't even know if it's considered legacy anymore. It's just us playing Magic, you know, with 60 card decks. I gotta find my favorite elf. Wolverine Riders is up there, but I gotta find the one, the elf. You can catch it. I like Elvish Promenade. I think Lathril was just reprinted recently, wasn't she? Lathril rules, dude. Jagged Scar Archers. Is Lathril a girl? I don't know. I'm gonna assume Lathril's a chick. It's hard to tell with them elves. They're all beautiful. There she is, dude. Mommy elf. My all-time favorite elf. Fucking love Mommy elf. I just put a Mommy elf in a newer deck, my Volrath the Shapestealer deck, and I think I put it on Twitch. I had Helm of the Host on Mommy elf. And then I haven't played with this one as much, but it does do pretty good. It's my white-blue spirit deck. I think that's a really cool the mechanics in it are pretty cool. Is it foretell? Yeah, foretell. So the first card you foretell each turn costs 0 to foretell. And basically, if I remember right, because I haven't played with this deck in years, foretell is like split the cost of the card in half and exile it for a bit, and then you can play it later. So you can start stacking up shit, right? So you have your flying and stuff, and then your offense gets heavy pretty quick. And there's some cool instants and stuff in here too. It's a cool deck. I'm not gonna probably go through this one too much because I haven't really played with this one a whole lot. I played with it a few times, and I did do some things with it. Like, there's some cool cards in here. But yeah, I don't really feel the need to mess. I guess if I was gonna mess with any of these 3 decks, it would actually probably be Lathril. But I don't feel like it really needs it. It kind of has what I would want to put into an elf deck. You know, a black and green elf deck. Honestly, I would use this deck as inspiration to make a Drizzt deck, and that way I could have a white-green elf deck, and then I wouldn't even mind having a mono-green elf deck one day, but I haven't really been making a lot of decks lately, so, I mean, this works. This is a solid-ass deck. So, alright. So that's kind of where I started, and then I started making my own decks after buying these. And then every once in a while, I'll grab a precon. And I kind of leave them alone, man. It's a good way to check out the set. It's a good way to look at new mechanics. The people who put it together put some thought into them. This ego of like, oh, I can do it better. Maybe. Sometimes. I feel like I definitely made that Will Help deck more powerful, right? But I think the idea that our skill level, I mean, you can play people in Commander and be like, this person's really fucking good at this game, right? And you can still beat those people, and you don't have to do a lot. Newt was holding his own. Brian and I have been playing for a long time, and our buddy Newt, who had never really played that much, bought some Commander decks at Costco. He was able to hold his own against us, no sweat. I mean, we were helping him and telling him kind of like what to do. But the way we play is like, if Brian goes to do something, I'll question him on it, you know, and be like, are you sure you want to do that, man? And Brian's really good about that. Like, I'll go to kill something and be like, dude, pay the fuck attention. Like, we're more interested in, I mean, skill level is great and everything in Magic, but we're more interested in like the drawing of everything and actually like what's the best move we can do, like, because I don't know, but I don't want to speak for Brian. Neither of us give a fuck if we win by this point. We played so many games. I don't know if you guys notice on Spell Table, a lot of times I have stuff I can do that I don't do because I want to see what the other person's going to do. I care more about like what's the coolest thing that's going to happen in this game. Am I going to do it or is the other guy going to do it? And I'm going to let the other guy do it usually. And that might sound stupid because you're playing to win. I'm not as aggressive as I should be. And I know that, you know. I'm more interested in, like, kind of doing cool shit. A real big one that I was really excited about, and I kind of waited. I got it super cheap on Amazon. I even made some videos joking about it. Probably one of my favorite Precons. Up there with Lathril and Obun. The Painbow deck, baby. My rainbow colored. It's just an all colored, like, get land out as fast as you can, drop some big creatures. That's a dope deck, dude. I'm not gonna go too far into it. I actually wouldn't mind playing with this soon, so I feel like that'd be a fun deck to stream. Another cool one, I've only played with this a couple times. I wanted to build a vehicle deck, and then I went, oh, they already did it for me, and it works pretty fucking good, and I like it. So this is my mech deck, and it is the Precon, and it's good. It works. It's just fine. The problem with this deck, though, this is not the original, because I was missing 2 cards when I bought this. I went through the whole thing, and I was like, because I've double sleeve stuff before, and I could maybe find a double sleeve right now, because I just slap these in and then we get to playing. But I think I went through this, so I actually had to add 2 cards to this. I made sure they were from this set, so this is not a genuine Precon. I fucked with it, guys. I had to, though. I didn't have 100 cards in the deck, so it's still a really cool deck, though. I dig it. I always wanted to do something with mechs, and I was like, well, I could go through the trouble of building one and doing some research and everything, but I also could just buy this really cool looking deck. I do not like the way this commander looks, though. She wakes me up, man. She's a little too happy. Moon people, baby. Alright. This episode might go on a little bit long, because I do have a deck I am going to go through. Maybe we'll make this a 2-parter. That would be good, right? Okay. We're going to rapid fire the rest of this, I think. Right? I lost 4 of my decks. Oh, they're right here. We'll save those for last. Okay. Next up. I love my raccoon deck. Look it up. These are newer decks. It's Bloomborough. I got the Valgavoth deck. The Valgavoth deck I kind of do want to fuck with because I have I got the Nightmare bundle. I opened it on the stream, so you can check out all the Duskmourn stuff. I even made a deck, but that deck's long gone. It wasn't very good. But this deck goes pretty hard. Brandon has a demon deck that he's messed with and done things with. This is similar to Brandon's demon deck, so I don't play with it a lot, but it's pretty fun. I played with it at the card shop, and it was pretty cool. In recent years, probably one of the best Precons I bought is definitely the Raptor deck. And then I know I said this looks like Power Rangers shit, and it definitely does. But I really like this defense deck. I was playing with it last night. It's pretty cool. I got the better, how do you pronounce it? Beltor, the dragon. I got it for like $5, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with this too much. I think I might actually make my own rendition of this deck one day. But a lot of fun to play with. Out of my 4 newer Precons, I think the Raptor might be my favorite. I have it in the mint sleeves, baby. Look at this. Look at this fool. Look at that mint. Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to playing with this. I'm actually gonna probably be I think I'm playing cards with my kids tomorrow, actually. So I might whip out some of these, probably one of these 4 decks. Just because the dragons are really fun, and probably the dragons and dinosaurs. But that raccoon deck goes hard, man. Alright, the last thing for the precons. The last thing. Are you guys ready for this? It kind of got weird last year around this time. Started with dog meat. I knew I wanted dog meat. Dog meat is just so cool and beautiful and adorable. But then we wanted to play a Fallout game. Brian came over with Mothman, and Brandon had the Liberty Prime Energy deck. And so I went to Walmart and I was like, this was the only one there. I was like, I guess I'm getting the Nazi deck, you know, the Jew. Leave it to the Jew to buy the Nazi deck. Kira fucking stomped us out with this deck. It's a good deck. And then I was watching Brian play Mothman, and I was like, well, I'm gonna get Mothman because Mothman goes hard. And then I was like, well, this one's on sale. I might as well have all 4 of the commander decks so I can have the full Fallout set, because I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. I've never played with this. Brandon usually plays with his. It's cool. It's a cool deck. I couldn't tell you which one of these is the best. Any of them can win anytime. It's pretty balanced, man. Like, as far as I can tell, everybody has their opinion. I think people usually choose Mothman. I've fucked up Mothman with dog meat before. I fucked up both these guys with dog meat before. Dog meat is great. Dog meat's like an enchantment artifact deck. And there's cards in there where if I lose stuff and it's in the graveyard, I can take it all out of the graveyard and put it on dog meat. So this is my favorite. But Mothman is cool, man. We've yet to play our Mothman game. I'd like to stream a Mothman game. If we could get Brandon to get a Mothman, which I don't know, he might have missed his chance. If we get Brandon to get a Mothman, we could have a 3-on-3 Mothman game. Wouldn't that be, or just 2 Mothmen is pretty crazy. And the reason I think it would be fun is when we were playing last week, Brian was playing with Mothman, and I used Volrath, and I turned Volrath into a Mothman. So we had radiation tokens going all over the damn place. But a genuine Mothman versus Mothman would be pretty fun to stream. That's it for the precons. I think that's 14. Oh, and I showed it off recently. My dog's crying. Hold on. I showed it off recently. I got the Mummy deck from Aether Drift. So I have 14, I believe. I think I showed you 13 and I have 14. But it's not over yet, kids. We're now going to look at another precon I got, but it's not a legit precon. It is actually a precon proxy deck that I got from some German company. It's fucking mean. This is my Zuladoc deck, the Void Gorger. Look how cool that is. I am going to show you guys this deck, though. I dig this deck. I don't fuck with proxies too much. I know that it looked like I was going to be fucking with proxies a lot, but I have most of these cards. It would be fun to do a legit Eldrazi deck. I love Eldrazi. Eldrazi had just come out when we started playing again as adults, so I have a lot of Eldrazi. I'll show you. I finally got a Nugan, the Spirit Dragon, as a counterpart to my favorite Planeswalker, Nicol Bolas. Hold on, guys, my dog's crying. What did I put him in? I put him in something. Oh, I put him in my Urza deck. I have an Urza deck, and I got this Urza card, and it's not the best Urza card in the world. I found out there was already a precon of it, so I don't know how close it is to that, but I technically made it from cards I bought, so I never even looked up the deck list, but I'm curious how close it is. So there's Ugin. Got Steel Hellkite. I love these lands. This is such a cool deck. I really like this company that released this. I actually might bring this and play this with Brian, just to show him how cool it is. Ulamog has all the expensive ass Eldrazi's I'm not willing to spend a bunch of money on. Really cool Soul Ring. Karn, Legacy Reforged. Liberator, Urza's Battlethopter. I have that card. All is Dust, got it. Thought Vessel. I don't think I have a legit Thought Vessel. No, I do. I have a Sensei's Divine Top. It's in my Veto deck. I think I showed it to you guys. The thing I don't have, though, that goes really well with Sensei's Divine Top, I have it in there with, like, a different combo, but Scroll Rack, man. That shit goes hard. It's an old man. It's an old man combo, if you've ever seen the old Scroll Rack and the old Duplicate. Cloud Key. But, I mean, if I made this deck here, it would cost way too much money. Field of the Dead's great. I believe I have a Field of the Dead. Mind Stone's great. I really like the artwork. I like how it looks different. It's kind of fun. And people are usually... Lightning Greaves. That's a cool Lightning Greaves. People are usually pretty cool. Like, if you're like, hey, can I play with this proxy deck? They're like, yeah, let's give it a shot. You know, I haven't had too many people get mad at me. Emrakul. It is annoying when you're playing, though, at, like, the card shop and people are whipping out all their fake shit, and you're looking at that and you're like, what are we playing here? What's happening? So I kind of like to keep it condensed to one deck. You know, my bullshit's in one deck. I have one other deck with some proxies in it that I custom made. Like, I did a Hellraiser deck. I'll show that off sometime. But this is all Precon, man. Somebody put this together for me. Player loyalties, Mind's Eye, Pathraiser of Ulamog. I really love the artwork in here. We got the other Ugin. I have both Ugins. There's another Ulamog. I don't have a legit Ulamog. I don't believe. I have Emrakul. I killed a whole table of people with Emrakul on this YouTube or this Twitch too. War Room, Sanctum of Ugan, Vesuva. Desecrate Reality, Rise of the Eldrazi. There's my Scroll Rack. Wouldn't mind having a real Scroll Rack in at least one deck. Deceiver of Form. It That Betrays. I have a legit It That Betrays. I have a legit Chroma's Memorial. I have a lot of these. I can just play with this, right? I like that. Mirror. And then Command Beacon. So, what was it called? Mana Flame? It's a German company, Mana Flame. They have some pretty cool pre-constructed decks on there. I mean, it did take like 2 months to get it in the mail, but I was pretty happy with this purchase. It's been fun playing with this the few times I've pulled it out. So there it is, guys. There's a pre-con episode of my EDH decks. I hope you thought it was cool. I'm going to take a quick break because my dog shit all over my floor, and I'm going to go murder him. And when I'm done murdering my dog, I'll be back, and I want to show off some of my binders. So give me one moment. If you're interested in that, I will be right back.